Hello everyone, and welcome to the weekly Wednesday Lunchtime live stream here on twitch.tv/DDO stream, youtube.com/DungeonsandDragons/live, and facebook.com/DDO Unlimited. I'm DDO's Community Manager Cordovan. Thank you very much for being here today. At the moment, I'm keeping an eye on Galanda. We're just about ready to reopen Galanda. We have had an issue on that server within the past 3 to 4 days in particular, where players are finding themselves stuck in groups, unable to modify or change their groups, and we've had some login issues on Galanda as well. We're working to figure out what's going on there, but in the meantime, we're doing a quick bounce of the world, re-enabling the bonuses, and getting the worlds reopened. Should be a pretty, not too long from now. I'm going to say within 10-15 minutes, and I'll try to get the word out about that on the live stream here when I can. Today we are on Sarlona though, and we're going to run the new Update 38 content, the Disciples of Rage, so hope you've been checking out the new quests. I have, man. This is my first time running it on Sarlona, but I've been running it on other servers and picking up some pretty good loot. Since it always gets asked, I'm going to start off the stream here by mentioning what our bonuses are for this upcoming weekend. It's kind of a nice one. We've got Strength and Numbers Weekend, plus 5% XP for parties and raids. So, every member in your party, other than yourself, gets you 5% extra XP, so that's up to 25% in a party and up to 55% in a raid. On top of that, we do have a plus 5% VIP XP boost, so some pretty good XP if you're a VIP running raids. I know I've called it the Von 3 weekend. I think it's, or Von 5 weekend, rather. I think it's the Von 5 weekend again. But that's not the only quest to run, of course. And then we've got some new sales coming up here pretty soon that I can't really talk about, but if you're looking for some DDO points, should be a pretty good weekend for that as well. I have got a mostly full group. I have one person who said they wanted to join me, so I'm trying to leave a spot open for them. For Zyfiel there, if you're in chat, let me know. Otherwise, let me take a quick look at chat here and see what's going on.
Quick question about that party bonus. Does hirelings count?
I can't remember. Sorry. I can't remember. I'm tempted to say no, and then if I'm wrong, hey, extra XP. But I think it's no.
Yeah, well, either way, I usually solo, so hey, more XP or run solo, that's the way I look at it.
Chat is saying hirelings do not count. There we go, which is what I thought, but I don't know. I'm always just running in full groups on these XP weekends, because hey, who doesn't like extra XP, right?
Yeah, true. I'll probably just run Von 5 over and over again.
That's what I said, Von 5 weekend, man.
Half.
Yeah.
It's the best way to get from 20 to 30, man.
All right, cool. Let's head into this first quest here and get started. Like I said, I was gonna run this stuff on Elite. We'll see how it goes.
Well, we're screwed.
I was doing just fine on Thelanos, and my character's not as strong as this one, although it has more hit points. I'm a little weak on the hit points on this character. Something to do with being a drow, I think. Yes, I hear you, Samus Garobo. I know.
You're out one of the worst races to play if you're going for HP.
So this kind of party issue that we've been having on Galanda is frustrating to us as well. We're trying to do a lot of work to figure out what's going on there. So far, we have not identified an exact culprit. We know what's going on, you know, in terms of the symptoms, but we've done things like check what's called our GRS servers. I think that stands for Global Reporting System. We've done a few things to make sure we have even more. We weren't out of disk space on any of our server stuff, but we added some extra space just in case. That hasn't seemed to solve the issue as well, so unfortunately, it looks like we're kind of trying to figure out what's going on still, but hopefully we'll get that resolved fairly soon. And so this will not be a recurring issue. We actually, one of the things we're looking into, it doesn't happen often, but it has happened in the past, where a particular busted character might be crashing an instance, and that instance crash is causing kind of a cascading effect. Now, I'm not saying it's a player's fault or anything like that. We don't actually know what the issue is yet. Actually, you know what? I've been always turning right, but last time I ran this, I started turning left, and it actually worked out pretty good. So let me do that.
The district guard house lies ahead, but its door is shut tight, and the courtyard is almost empty.
This is the infight room.
It is, but if you do it first, you can attempt to warn the guards. The other piece, in case you don't know, is there's an optional up here.
You climb up onto the roof, only to find that you've disturbed a group of armed halflings.
That'll get you that first chest in the tavern room.
Okay, is he weak to acid or something? Hold up. Respite, that's an old name I haven't heard in a while. Didn't we face him in one of the early quests?
I believe that's accurate, yeah.
I swear he was in the first quest for the Coin Lords. That's a solo quest at the end.
All right. There we go. So yeah, click on the throne and then you can open up the first chest there. But while we're here, let's clear out the extra pathways so that we can get all the notes.
Well, if nothing else, this is a great place to get your Halfling Slayer.
Yep.
Res inbound.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. I am not on the right section here. Alright, I apologize. Thank you, chat, for calling it out. There we go. I apologize.
I love when that confusion actually works.
God, I'm bad at my job.
Alright, so I'm here now.
People on the forums. I've been telling you that for years. Yeah. Alright, cool. Hey, I see a remnant over here. By the way, this is the final day for the mysterious remnant vendor. And I apologize to the folks on Galanda who have had a somewhat, shall we say, spotty experience with the remnant vendor, but yeah. Okay, so now we've cleared the rooftops out here. Now we can go to the tavern.
Is that I in the remnant vendor, or is it still not there?
Broke into this antique shop.
Oh, it is not there. Correct.
Perhaps you can get it while you're searching the area. The antique dealer is delighted.
I was mistaken. Someone had told me it was set for update 38, and the person who actually is doing the work to create the creature companions and bring them in game had heard 38 patch like 1-ish. And so, even though they're technically in data, they're not yet ready to go yet. So that's why it's going to be probably our next patch or something like that before they're formally into the game. That said, I technically can create the one for the community giveaway right now. It's just that, like, some of the icons and stuff are off because it's not really technically ready yet.
Yeah, I'll take that. You can always update the icons later.
Yeah, exactly, right? Who cares about icons, right? Well, people do, but
it's
not the end of the world.
It's a beginning.
The wiki cares.
We become something
Exactly.
dark.
Okay,
I hear from
sensing a
folks.
hitting door.
Petty little worries fade with the light.
Oh yeah, that's right.
When the night comes. That's what brings people to the night market. That feeling
Detect secret doors isn't good
around the
enough.
corner or inside some stall, a new light
My
waits for
46
them in
search
the
isn't
dark.
good enough either.
Or, well, who knows?
Fine, I didn't want that chest anyway. It only had +8
I
tones
thought
in it.
I thought the item store find detect doors was supposed to work on those.
I don't know.
Unless the code got
Dang it.
changed.
I am too squishy.
Thanks for the hills.
Notice the druid in the group attacking made me wonder why there was an animation added to their attacks. I believe it has to do with because we changed the attack speed, so the animations now match properly with the attack speed for the wolf form.
Tavern owner insists
I'm pretty sure that's what the
bugs outside the
reasoning for that is.
let you inside.
I have to stand back. I'm an idiot for trying to frontline fight on this character. Again, I hear the forums now. We know!
Can we get an earthquake? Ow.
How indeed.
Did I say Galanda was getting a reset of the bonuses? Galanda should be opening shortly with its proper bonuses. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. What was that?
The
Eternal
eternal
potions.
potions, the death ward, freedom, those things.
Meaning the Remnants vendor? It should be everything.
Thank you. Resin bound.
It's been a long time since we had a crafting event. Is there one coming up soon? Let me see if I can see. Looks like maybe June-ish.
Okay, what monsters are mycoid? Because I've never seen any of those in game. Or mycondid? I don't know. MYCONID.
Oh, Myconid? Yeah, we don't have those in the game. I would definitely be down for doing that, though. That'd be cool.
Willing to let you into the tavern now.
Yeah, I got reincarnated as one, so that's why I'm wondering.
The front door to the blazing beacon has been securely
What do you mean?
barred from the other side. You
I was reincarnated by a tribe as one.
Oh.
It's one of the effects. If you want, you can examine the reincarnated on me.
That's cool.
Rolo agrees to let you into the tavern's side entrance.
Kuska 90, when will we see some melee upgrades on Reaper? Can we say how they will look? It's something that the Players' Council is discussing with Torque and a few others right now. It's a little too early to say what form it's going to take. We've kind of gone back and forth on a few possibilities, and I don't think it's exactly settled at this point which direction we're going to go. But it is something we are actively working on to kind of help Melee out in Reaper difficulty. It'll have some effect on Melee overall, but the real focus on that is to try to help them out in Reaper.
Yeah, the thing that we all got to be aware of is power creep.
It's tricky because, I mean, to some extent, it's a difficult design thing to be able to come up with a solution that makes Melee as effective as simply not getting hit in the first place, aka ranged, while also not unbalancing Melee overall, you know?
Oh yeah. There was that big power push when the Epic Destinies came out. Everyone agreed that if you didn't have Epic Destinies, you may as well not be running Epics.
Which was not
the
true
general
then.
idea.
So, that's the other thing. You know, sometimes people tend to use extremes when discussing things that aren't formally accurate, you know. Not everyone's running Reaper. Etc., etc.
Exactly.
But, you know.
Yeah, because I even have an alt account that doesn't have Epic Destinies, and I'm doing just fine.
Do we want to do the Taken optional one here?
Yeah, sure, why not?
May as well. Not like it's a spoiler anymore.
I will say this, actually. Knockback in particular helped put together a really cool set of kind of did-you-know / Easter egg style things for Update 38, and we're going to be getting that out on the forums and elsewhere in the coming days, so that should be pretty cool. There, even though a lot of the kind of, quote, secrets have been found, not all of them have. So I have a feeling people are going to still get some pretty interesting kind of tips and tricks, and I didn't realize that in the near future. Should be pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of lore that needs to be explored too. I wish it would be expanded. Because you guys haven't touched the null in ages.
The Knolls?
Thernol.
Oh, Threnol. Okay, okay, yeah. Yeah, Threnol, or however you say it. Okay, I getcha. Yeah, that one's probably not coming anytime soon, sorry.
Yeah, because we got stuck at the portal and it's like, what happened?
At least you don't get stuck in the tavern anymore.
True. Hey, I can't get out. /death. I'm already bound here.
Support, I'm free to play. Somebody bought me a pass and I'm stuck in the tavern in Thruntle. Can you let me out?
Right?
Nice. I assume a GM would be more than willing to help you out with that if you did find yourself in that position. I'm going to guess not too many people do find themselves in that position, but for those who do, you know, we do have some things that we can do.
Oh, it was fixed quite a few updates ago when they added a bar shifter there.
All right.
Yeah, before you had to pay something like 1,000 flat to get back. And even then you had to talk to the guy about 50 times.
Well, you know, I'm pretty upset about the monk nerf.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Yeah, I mean, I hear you,
It
but
took away all my melee power.
yeah, monks are still doing just fine, though, at least in my experience. Not personal experience, but among people I group with, you know.
Yeah, but I was hoping for I thought that was going to be like a Reaper boost or something, you know?
The curse that destroyed the giants has returned. You hear the cries of a hungry mob. A riot has broken out on the streets of the city.
Did we ever find out what that curse was from Giant Hole?
That is the sound of the age of rage.
Yeah, that's the Madstone, isn't it?
Yeah, but it never explained what really caused it, did it?
God right away. They're the only ones who can end the riots.
It was a curse being cast by the giant warlock in Madstone Crater, I thought.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. Right, but where did he learn the curse from is what I'm wondering.
The forums.
He's an undead giant from who knows how long ago. Who knows?
Maybe some ancient
history, buddy.
No, he learned it from the wiki.
Yeah, but the wiki gets its information from the developers, so
no. Actually, most of the stuff from the wiki is from actual gameplay, figuring it out on our own. We get very few insider tips, if any.
Yeah.
Is there a shrine soon?
There is one kind of by the end fight if we want it, and then, but yeah, relatively soonish. You know, we actually haven't done it, but do you want to talk to Fred and do it that way?
Ow.
I did talk to Fred.
Oh, well, why are we fighting these rioters then?
The rioters
just follow the group.
Dude, it's just the physical monsters now from the hallway ahead.
No. Okay.
Except for this enraged citizen that seems.
So yeah, you're.
Whatever.
Yeah, nope. You're. I appreciate what you're saying, but you're wrong. You can find Fred in the night market, and then he will pacify these enraged citizens for you.
Unless somebody pulled him from the market. There's a Fred up in the tavern here. I already talked to him. I just gotta go talk to
and then
the
he
Fred.
disappears, and he appears elsewhere. And so then if you find him elsewhere, then he will do things for you.
There's an enraged citizen that I can log on to. He's following someone.
Yeah, somebody must have run out to the market to the next section, past the tavern, and pulled them back or something. I don't know.
He's attacking a bear. And I can't damage him at all. It's bugged. There's two of them. They're non-combative, but they're doing damage.
Yeah, you know, I had one of them bug in Next Quest last week or sometime this week, and you have to restart it because it's one of those clear all mod situations.
With a single mental pulse, the friendly mind player calms the rioters in the night pocket.
There we go. Oh yeah, so now we're going to the guardhouse. That's what we're doing. I would probably hit the shrine before we do that.
Sounds good to me. Okay, why is he back combative? Because he was passive a minute ago.
Yeah, that's interesting. Usually he sticks around in that corner there.
Yeah, there's a couple of those civilians that are still combative too, but I can't damage them.
Alright, yeah, we should be able to get your soul stone to the shrine here at this point.
So that's the monsters in the quest, using the monster side exploits where they can hit us but we can't hit them. you gotta love them.
Yep.
It's only fair.
Well, you know, if this was Reaper, I'd say that'd be added challenge.
Right?
So I'm trying to make sure I cover chat here a little bit as well. Someone's saying, can we get a cosmetic for that animation that changes it to crunch munch like bang pound the comic books? That's funny. No. But yes, that's hilarious. Yeah, that is weird about the Enraged Citizens. I've run this quest a couple of times now and have not had that happen to me. I think we're just going to have to kind of deal with it.
Yeah, because that's the third one so far.
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta love when the spell says it went off, but it doesn't display.
Is the PAX fixing enhancements?
All the way out to here.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's the one that was following us.
Yeah, we just got some enraged citizen who's in a bad state and is following us. Very unusual. At least I haven't seen it yet myself. Up until this run.
Looks like those will have to be just auto-removed from the quest to prevent that, I guess.
Yeah, it's probably just a... what's the word I'm thinking of?
Where's inbound?
Something's loading before something else is loading. There's a phrase for it. My brain is skipping me right now. So we do actually have a patch that is tentatively set for, let's say, first half of this next week to take care of some of these issues. In particular, the Saga issue right now, that's our highest priority outside of this Galanda thing. There's an issue right now where some people are finding themselves in a busted state on Saga rewards. Now, I've heard that a lot of that busted state has to do with sort of deliberately trying to do things you shouldn't be trying to do, but I don't think that that's everybody. So I would say though that if you are trying to do things you ought not to do and find yourself in a busted Saga state, kind of have no one to blame but yourself.
Agreed. I'm all for making quests easier, but exploring is not the way.
On the melee Reaper thing, someone is saying it's not about melee power, it's about defense. And yeah, that's true. That's sort of where we're focusing on is defense here. Ooh, I can't... Actually, you know what? It's bound to account, so I can use that Construct Champions bands. I've got an Artie on Sirlona here. I'll get some good use out of that.
Alright,
you guys are going to have to jump up on some boxes to recall or something.
If I can find my D-door.
Here, I'll throw a D-door up.
Oh, apparently I can't cast in this area. Odd.
Man, too
Are we in a dimension lock? Because I'm not seeing the effect.
Yes, and it makes a lot of sense because we have to come back through the beginning to get to the end. So they didn't want people skipping half the quest by just de-dooring back after getting to the guy at the end, other end.
Yeah, I suppose. That's fine.
Well,
We'll just
you
have
can always
to...
run back to the beginning.
Yeah, just hop up on something and it should be fine.
Oh, I just ran back to the beginning of the quest and went back to Jurasco.
So on this new chain, the only biggish kind of optional thing that I saw was in Toxic Treatment, there's an optional to find the Ornate Mirror Lock or whatever it's called, Mithril Lock. Is that actually bugged and not showing up, or is it just that we haven't been clever enough to find it yet? Because everybody I've talked to said they can't find it, so...
Yeah, I don't have an answer for you. I hear you, though. I was unable to find it myself. I will make a note to ask about that here.
I've actually done some very extreme searching, like going in on casual on an level 30 with like 180 search and spot and whatnot, and I still couldn't find a thing. So
I'm starting to wonder if that thing is not displaying the right difficulty then, so hard to say.
I actually put in a ticket for it because I believe I know what's happening. When you kill the first, the red name guy that's supposed to drop a key, he's not actually dropping a physical key, and I'm thinking that because that key isn't spawning, it's not spawning the lock.
Yeah, that sounds like a possibility.
Yeah, I think I was in a group with you yesterday, Swamp, and you were looking for that thing.
Very well could be.
I don't worry, it is optional XP.
Yeah.
Darius16A is saying, are you telling us banking Saga rewards is no longer acceptable? No, I am not saying that. But I can't really get into further
Saga
detail.
Rewards. I bank Saga rewards, and then when I ETR, I take them all and go.
Someone's asking what sword I'm using. I am using the Morning Lord's Rapier. And I've got a bunch of swashbuckler bonuses and stuff like that on it. But predominantly, the main... It's not really a trick, but the main kind of crux of this particular swashbuckler build is I've got... it's in the enhancement tree, right? I've got... exploit weakness, so every time I don't crit, I get a +1 insight bonus to critical threat range. That plus using a rapier plus having a high attack speed means I crit on it quite regularly.
Does anyone still use those Kopeshes?
Yeah, my paladin on Thelanis uses Kopeshes. He's a sword and board and uses Kopeshes quite a bit, actually. I still find him excellent.
So one of the things I first noticed when running this quest is, after killing this wave of mobs, I checked my experience report, pulling information for the wiki, and it says we have no monsters killed.
Right, that's because they're not monsters.
About that.
Yeah, this isn't a kill monster, this is a subdue citizen. You don't get kills for these.
Exactly right.
So, making a note that that is working as intended.
Yes.
Because I expect a lot of people to complain about it on the wiki, saying, how come this isn't working?
If you read the text dialogue, it'll explain that.
People are too lazy to do that.
Hey, Haberdash, a long time no see.
Several others who bore no ill effect from the curse. The disciples of rage urged them.
Now, if we stay right here, all the mobs will spawn and we can just kill them all right here.
Cool. I'm gonna go search out this hidden door that isn't actually hidden.
In the distance, someone shouts, "Watch out! They're sending in more of that mist!" It seems there may be some sort of connection between the scorpion and the madness caused by the curse.
I'll try and keep some tentacles down. Try and help you guys out a bit. For CR55s, these guys don't seem to have much HP.
It's because they're minions, right? They're regular citizenry rather than, say, well-trained fighters.
True. The rats still make me cringe whenever I fight them in Epic.
Okay, someone is saying I need to be getting the rapier from Curse of Strahd. I agree. That would be a lovely replacement weapon for this thing.
Sadly, you ain't gonna be running that on the stream, especially not this early.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's true. But I don't do a lot of raiding on the stream, that's true. Mostly because I do just have an hour here, and even if you're fairly organized, it takes a while to get a raid group up and running and then run the raid, and a lot of that can be hard to kind of pull together in an hour, especially on a Wednesday at noon.
Well, there's always, what was it, Piper's Fate.
I've run that. I've run several raids on the stream, but it's often been like Tempest Spine, you know, things like that.
Yeah, Piper's Fate's random on its time, though. That's the main reason why it takes so long. My fastest time in that's like 10 minutes. So that's just because I got lucky.
There's a few shorter raids. You know, you can do what, Fire and Thunder Peaks in about 10 to 20, maybe, right? And then you could do Chronoscope easily in, say, 15.
If that. If you bring a level 30 into the heroic version, it doesn't take more than like 15. Oh yeah,
AskSet is asking about an issue with missile weapons. I am not seeing that myself. Looks like it's not shooting sometimes. I'm not sure about that.
What's the problem with missile weapons?
Someone's reporting that they're not. It looks like they're not shooting sometimes. It might be kind of news to me, but I don't know.
Oh, that's on bows. I read that in the forums. They were talking about phantom bow shots or something.
Okay. I'll have to. I mean, I think it would ultimately be a question of whether it's just an animation thing or if they're just truly not firing.
The only way to know would be to look at the damage report in the combat log.
Yeah.
And the only way to prove it is if you had that phantom bow thing up at over 100. And then if it's not doing the correct damage, then it's proven true or false.
Okay, Kuska90, when will we repair blitzed on loading screen and prowess set bug with power surge? I know the prowess set bug is something that is on our to fix list in the relatively near future. Loading screens tend to be an individual loading screen issue. I know that for, was it update 38 here, we took care of something like a dozen-ish loading screens. But there are probably still some others out there. So if you see a specific load screen that is resetting, say, your timers, send in a bug report with a loc on that, /loc, and that should be pretty helpful in terms of us getting together a list. There was also a pretty good forum thread on a bunch of those sort of things, and I know the devs have seen that forum thread too.
We haven't ran into a shrine, have we?
I don't know, I come back and everyone's dead.
David over on Facebook, is there any info on upcoming Crystal Cove? It'll probably be this summer before we get Crystal Cove out. Main reason being is we don't want to bring it back until we have the updated loot, and there's still some work to be done on the updated loot. Both QA work and some development work. So it's going to be a little while on that yet. You know, we have often done Crystal Cove in the spring and then brought it back in the summer, but I think it's going to be the summer before we debut it. However, when we debut it, it's going to have level 28 stuff, so that's good.
Does this shrine use or lose?
I don't think so.
I hope not. Well, there's a hidden door.
Yeah, again, my secret door is not good enough for it.
Are you using the store-bought item?
No, I'm just casting the spell.
Yeah, that only goes up to like 20.
Yep. Plus whatever your search is. Will the mobs from Disciples of Rage be added to the monster manual? Currently they are not counting. Correct and yes. As a matter of fact, I saw an email from Cookie Kobold saying that he was going to tackle that one in the coming days. So hopefully in patch here we'll have the monster manual stuff updated for update 38.
Sometimes I miss being a druid just for the earthquake.
Yeah, it's kind of a good time to be a druid right now with all the changes going in and stuff. There's some pretty good stuff happening.
Yeah, you know, I can't believe they gave Shining Through to druids. That's unreal.
Yeah. Oh, hey, speaking of this weekend, I wasn't able to get it done in time. But I happen to know, I think it's this Saturday or Sunday that is the big March of the Bears on Cannith. I have got good news. We are already starting to do some of that work on Bear Die. I was hoping we'd have a screenshot I could share on the stream today of Bear Die, but unfortunately it's not quite ready for me yet. But that's coming pretty soon, so I appreciate the protest. It also can be a bit of a celebration because we're just about there on Bear Die.
Someone on the DDO Wiki thing was asking about rainbow-colored dyes for game price.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing there. If we allow it, half the people will be happy, half the people will be mad. So I don't. And if we don't allow it, half the people will be happy and half the people will be mad. So I don't know.
Well, even if you added it as part of like the hair dye system itself, it'd be good because then no one can complain.
Oh, I see. That's why.
This guy is supposed to drop the key. Well, they love me.
I assume people have caught this because it's not exactly hidden or anything, but you're not supposed to stand in those kind of poison radar things.
True, but a lot of the endgame guys just run through them anyway. Thank you. Hey, I'm an orc. Yay.
Ooh, nice. Man, I'm doing not bad on the named loot here. Legendary Hands of House Jarasco. Mythic boost +3.
Ooh, that's pretty nice.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting skunked.
Yeah, I've got 4 of the 6 helms. I'm looking for a couple. I'm looking for the strength helm and the charisma helm.
If you find anything Sonic based, let me know, or even Force based, I'll take it. 'Cause I'm thinking about going the new iconic Azamar and going mainly Wizard. Doors up.
I will have to check. Someone is saying, does the covetous jewel just not exist? Like, did it not make into the game? I will have to look into that. That would be news to me, but I was a little busy then, frankly. So, it's possible the covetous jewel isn't in the game, but I would have to check. Someone other than myself would have the answer to that.
I'm going to do a quick cell repair before the next one.
Yeah, Sam.
Speaking about upcoming updates, do you know if there's any plans to add new high-level spells, specifically force spells?
No. I am not aware of us planning to do high-level spells.
That was actually a discussion that we've been having on Samus's stream lately. Whether or not, when you do finally get to the Wizard Pass, there'll be some new spells added, possibly some illusion-based spells.
Yeah, that sounds like a possibility. But I don't think it's going to be anytime too soon. I don't know. That's a good question. I think a lot of the Wizard and Sorcerer stuff, similar to our other classwork, will probably focus initially on a lot more kind of enhancements and core class stuff rather than expanding, expanding out spells, but I could be wrong there.
Yeah, it's just annoying when you gotta face a lich and none of your spells work.
Actually, for that in particular, I happen to know that there is a change incoming that should help with that.
Yeah, because SLAs don't work against liches and their invulnerability, which sucks.
Actually, you know what? That was in update 20 or 38 here. If you're an Archmage, you will do basically a stack of vulnerability so that you can bypass creatures that are immune.
Oh, yay. Yeah, because I don't want to go facing the abbot and like, oh, hey, look, none of your SLAs work.
Oh my gosh, Yamanira's. I would love to change the harm spell to be a range instead of touch. I will say this, however. Harm is, according to the source book material, it is a touch spell. From a gameplay perspective, however, harm sure would be nice to not be a touch spell.
Yeah, especially nowadays since no one really sticks together.
Oh, I find that using harm on a cleric is just a tactical thing. That you just got to be behind the wizard most of the time and you'll be fine.
Nice.
It's not how fast you can run, it's if you can run faster than the slowest guy.
Don't these brutes have a wash?
Isn't that how the saying goes?
Exactly.
I would love to see a mass harm option.
Agreed. Even if it was just added to, like, say, the wizard spellbook for if you went necro. Like a mass harm or whatever. Since you can already...
I was thinking as the opposite companion to mass heal. I mean, we can heal positive stuff. You could do mass repair, but you can't do mass harm.
Well, there's also, harm critical mass or whatever? Isn't that one that spells? Or inflict critical damage?
Inflict critical? So yeah, there's the inflict, which is equal to the cure, but there's no mass harm equal to the mass heal, even though I do believe there's a mass reconstruct, maybe? I don't know.
No mass reconstruct, just reconstruct.
Someone is saying...
One of the new spells.
Sorry to derail just briefly. Someone is saying, what server next week? I've got two things related to that. First off, I'm going to do a third week on Sarlona, since last week I didn't actually get any gameplay in. We were just waiting for everything to open up. So I'm going to do Sarlona again next week, but next week will not be next Wednesday. Reason for that is it is Lotro's 11th anniversary, and we're doing a live stream. I could have sworn last time I talked to this guy, he attacked. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe we follow the guys for a bit. Oh, we gotta speak to Braun Pits. Yay.
Yeah.
Watch out, warriors are in front. Okay, who gave the spirits bark skin?
Why would somebody do that?
They're already made of wood. Why would they need bark skin?
More wood.
Is that like more cowbell?
A spirit appears before you, filled with anger.
More cowbell. Hey, Cordovan, I want to say thanks for this class, because this is a fun class.
Yeah, this is a pretty good one.
Yeah, so pass along whoever made it. That's a kudos.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm just glad you guys added Dragonborn finally. I've been playing the crap out of that race.
Yeah, my Dragonborn Paladin is kind of awesome right now. I'm still in the upper heroic levels, so, you know, I have a ways to go, but kind of awesome right now.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the sucky bit so I can make an illusionist.
I've done a, you know, you asked about the Kopesh earlier. The reason is I'm playing a Dragonborn Cleric. And so, this Dragonborn Cleric has got the War Domain, and with the War Domain I get all exotic weapon proficiencies. So I've been doing Sword and Board on that, and using a Kopesh, and it's been pretty nice.
Okay, I gotta ask, what monster does this come from? Because I don't think that's a dire bear.
Alright, so we need to find at least one ingredient.
Yep. So, anyway, Sarlona, not next Wednesday, but next Friday at noon will be the weekly Friday lunchtime thing.
Something.
The weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream Friday edition.
The Lotro anniversary stream.
That's going to be
Here
Wednesday.
we go. Mother Scorpion.
Oh. Okay, where are you at, Swamp at? Let me see.
I don't know, I can't find him. My lock-on's
I
not
found
working.
him.
We're bringing in some friendlies, too. So, or not friendlies, but, you know.
Trash
We've got
mob.
guests.
You're trying to make friends, and they didn't like it.
Head back to the pot.
Got acid vortex up. So what happens if you get all the ingredients for this?
I'm not going to spoil that.
You come over here and you come on the bed and you take a nap.
You get a mulligan stew is what you get.
This quest is full of just kind of little secrets and hints and small things. If you really want to spend the time digging around in it, there's a lot of stuff in this quest.
So, haunted halls, but outdoors. Got it.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I remember people complaining when it first came out. Oh, it takes 2 hours to complete this. No, it don't.
Can we please fix the druid issue with weapons breaking when fighting oozes and rusties in animal form? That is something I will have to sick torque on, I believe, unless it's working as intended.
Yeah, because last I remember, they never broke. They never even got damaged if you were in the animal form.
True, but we have this thing now where it's kind of imbuing your natural fighting, so it may be a deliberate design thing. I'll have to double check on that.
But they changed it so that it's no longer working the way that it was. You now get the effects of the weapons. That was changed with update 38, I think it was in the release notes. So if you're going to get the effects of the weapons, you should get the penalties of the weapons.
Yeah, see, that's exactly right. That's, I mean, certainly a lower case could be made that if you're sort of just imbuing the weapon properties, maybe it wouldn't be damaged because you're not actually fighting with the weapons. But I do think it may just be sort of a deliberate design decision. I'll have to double check on that, though. Will Reapers ever be in the monster manual? I would never say never on that, but I think that we have other things we would probably do beforehand. You know, Reaper is an optional difficulty.
I'm just waiting for the stuff you guys added in the last update. I'm not worried about Reapers, because not very many people run Reaper as far as the main group of player base.
I mean, I think it's...
Sorry,
I'm going to Shrine up here. I need to get my Blitz back. Or Adrenaline back.
By the force, the fire giants stand.
I do nothing but run Reaper.
What are you doing here?
We're not run Reaper, so you don't always run Reaper.
No, I hear you. There's, you know, it's highly popular with some people, and some people just don't really run it much, and that's fine. I mean, that's sort of working as intended, right? So...
Yeah, that's just one of those things. It's like, why are you running a Reaper if there's a Mimic Festival going, you know?
Mimic Reapers are fun. Come on now.
Yeah, but then people get mad when you go to loot the chest. It's like, oh, you wanted to add a difficulty, so why are you complaining?
Is the ornate mithril lock in the last quest being looked into? BT McLean asks. We had talked about that a little bit briefly here, Shoemaker had. I'm going to look into that after the stream here today. I don't know what the status is of that one yet. Can we get some new kinds of Reapers? That seems possible. There was a plan a little while back to have some kind of... It doesn't have a formal name yet, but kind of conceptually some kind of, let's call it, anti-kiting Reaper. And that might be an interesting sort of thing to fight here.
Okay, here's a question for you, dear. Why can you implode water elementals even though water can't be quote-unquote compressed, but you can compress, you can implode them? The air can be compressed, but you can't implode them?
You're right. Absolutely correct. That should not be possible. Fantasy. Magic, yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Hey, the only thing I'm saying, go from the physics perspective. Flip them. I'll be happy. That's my only freaking problem with implosion.
No, they should turn into ice elementals when you do that, right?
There you go. Or would that be steam? Because technically you're imploding mass and creating heat in the process.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Quantum physics, gotta love complicated math.
So my ticket on the mithril lock thing has been marked as solved, which means that quality assurance has reviewed it and figured out that it is a bug, or figured out that it isn't a bug, and they have it noted in their internal system. So.
Okay. Yeah. I've been busy doing a whole bunch of non-bug related things this week, so it could well be. And I know that we've had some kind of cold flu sweep through our QA department too. So I don't know what the status of some of these things are, but if you submitted a bug and it's been acted on, then I assume it's in the system.
Yeah, I just sent you the ticket number.
Cool. All right, that is going to do it with the show here this week. I will get you guys a DDO points code in the in-game mail, most likely later on today. If I get too busy or otherwise distracted, it may be tomorrow, but I'll try to get it done today if I can. And I really appreciate you being here. I'll be back a week from Friday right here for the weekly Friday live thing. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Have fun.
Thanks,
We'll
Sherry.
call it Friends Day.
There you go.
Thanks, everybody.